Hello, everybody. It's your boy Jumbotron. I'm live on YouTube, and yeah, I'm
Bro,
gonna say
it's not
top.
just the guy.
All right, fine. We'll just.
Yo, there's two people in here that are gay.
It's happy tree friends.
Where the fuck does that bird?
You're probably wondering what the point of this video is. To answer that question, I had to make this video because people all around YouTube and TikTok are glazing Godzilla from the MonsterVerse and a couple
deserves the glaze
of other versions of him as well.
The glaze is justified. What are you talking
to make
about?
a video about why Godzilla doesn't beat Splendid the Flying Squirrel like most people think so. So what I'm going to do in this video today is scale Godzilla and Splendid to show the massive difference in raw power.
Bro, the Flying Squirrel from the dead show.
One thing
the
I
same
should
show
also
that got
make
banned
clear
in Russia,
is,
by the way?
no, this is not a Godzilla hating video. I'm simply scaling him here just so
a Godzilla's hating video. It's not a Godzilla hating video, yet you're literally downplaying.
Bro, isn't that the character from the show that got banned in Russia?
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Say no more, let's begin. So when it comes to Godzilla, one thing you'll definitely notice around YouTube and TikTok is that no one really knows how powerful Godzilla is, for sure.
What the fuck is this Roblox all music? What is this Roblox music, bro?
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Did he just say something that I genuinely thought it was rage bait? I have to go back.
YouTube and in. So when it comes to Godzilla, one thing you'll definitely notice around YouTube and TikTok is that no one really knows how powerful Godzilla is, for sure.
Bro, I can't take this shit serious.
Personally, I get him to around like solar system to uni. That's pretty much it.
Everyone out there always has different results of his power level in the tiering system.
This dude has the fucking 2016 as music, bro. The 2016 as Minecraft.
But he got that Roblox blocks. What's that one game? Lucky Block background.
Roblox Run 4. This motherfucker got Roblox Run 4 music.
My guy got the Roblox Lucky Blocks theme song, bro.
Bro, this motherfucker got the Minecraft Bedrock fucking Skywars ass music.
Wait, you know what I just realized? Wait, this man's onto something. Didn't Splendid die to like a pebble or something like that?
Okay, that's I wouldn't use that, but there's many ways to debunk this guy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say like this man's way too inconsistent.
You could just
say, this motherfucker's about to play the Bro,
wait. Before we continue the video, look at Vance's profile picture.
Oh no!
Planetary, star level, solar system, galaxy, universal, and if people are crazy enough, yes, even multiversal. I'm here to tell you all that these scalings and levels are absolutely false. Because not only is Godzilla far from being anywhere this powerful.
Yeah, I actually show proof right now.
Chronic, stop eating, please. Just chill.
But it is also very obvious to anyone with simple common sense. Now, if
appealing to common sense, that's tough.
Godzilla isn't any of these levels.
Okay, appealing to common sense.
What level would Godzilla actually be? Well, to start of Godzilla's level depends on what form you're talking about.
No, it doesn't.
We can use his base form for now. Now there's
it is base form? Okay, he can just... I'll do the scaling later.
Several impressive feats, but I'm just going to show you guys the best feat-based Godzilla has demonstrated. And that feat would be none other than the one from the comics where...
Oh, cool.
That was Godzilla when he was a fucking teenager. So you're scaling base Godzilla based off his teenager feats. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to read this for everyone who can see this. The surface of the world is no longer inhabitable. Keep that in mind for later. Now continue.
Asteroid that created an explosion. Now, we don't really have any info of the
scale, bro. What the fuck
size of the asteroid or the speed, but none of that really matters because we already know the power it produced. And based on calculations that already exist as shown in the screen, it is safe to say that this feat is on the country levels of power as demonstrated on the screen. You can pause to read if needed.
I don't need to.
Pause it real quick. First of all, justify why battles of wikis, calculations can be justified because they're shown to be incorrect sometimes. Secondly, the literal scan you literally presented said that the surface of the world was literally destroyed. That is a multi-continental feat.
Not just continental. Oh my god.
Fast forward it.
Controversial, with other people saying that this feat is actually multi-continental as shown on the screen currently. So because not all of you are able to tell when a calculation is false, I'll give you the answers to why this calculation
Oh yeah,
is
yeah.
completely
Go ahead.
false
I want to hear this. I want to hear
and
this.
not multi-continental level. The main reason why this calculation is false is because of how the guy calculated the feat. The text you see on the screen is from the multi-continental calc I just showed you all. To begin, you shouldn't even define the size or speed of the asteroid, especially when there's no official info about it.
Okay,
What?
pause that real quick. I want to
Do
say
you
this
know
real quick.
the terminology of an inference? Do you know the terminology of an inference?
I was about to say, isn't the meteor that wiped out the surface world was literally stated to be the same meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs? That's a perfect example of a speed. You can just calculate the speed based on that.
Yeah, exactly. Holy fuck.
You're only using fan-made information that
Fan-made is crazy.
Fan-made information.
Buddy, shut the fuck up. Kill. Yeah,
doesn't
Like
even
at
match
the
with the
basic.
just end your-
Pause that real quick.
At this point, just end your fucking power scaling career. You're not
Like,
making
I'm-
fucking past tier like 8.
No, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say this right now. At a baseline, that asteroid should be at the same speed as a normal asteroid. That's fast.
I don't get
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Hold up, is it? Yo, if this is hold up, let me read this.
It fell at the same speed as the one which killed the dinosaurs. So he couldn't even debunk that. So that's crazy.
Yeah,
Alright,
this makes sense. This makes total sense.
Exactly. Like what the
I'm
fuck?
a calcer, and honestly,
An
if it's
ass
during the same time period, we can just infer the proposition that, like we can infer that this is actually true. Like if it's during the same time period, like everything matches up, and if there's actually canon statements.
Facts. And also, I love the fact that. Okay, continue the video. I'll call this out later.
actual comic panel. If this guy's information about the asteroid was true, and it actually was 2 times the size of the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs and had the same exact speed, then maybe he would have been right. But this is incorrect because there is no official information about how big it actually was or how fast it actually.
Okay, so this guy is literally just fucking just having
Yo.
tracking issues.
You know what's funny?
Yo, but-
Continue the video real quick. Don't say anything. Continue the video. I'll tell you when to pause it.
was.
I'm gonna love
All
this
we
fact.
have about it is one comic panel
Pause
about
that
the
real
damage.
quick. I love the fact that his own scan fucks him over. It literally says that in a quote, the entire surface of the world is uninhabitable. That's a multi-continental feat.
Yeah, he's completely ignoring like part of the feat.
And he
So-
literally says that there's one. This is just one comic panel when you literally see something right here.
I mean, like the rest of the comic panel was funny enough cropped out. If you look a little bit down, you can see more stuff in the bottom, which he conveniently cropped out.
conveniently.
Is done. And so, as you can see here, another argument people bring up is that the asteroid is actually continental because of the size of the explosion. That isn't a bad guess. However, one thing about explosions is
So you're saying AP equals fucking DC? Is that my argument that I'm hearing?
Okay.
I mean, that
What?
fast
Yeah,
forward that
yeah.
video, play it still, put it on 2 times speed and listen to this. Put the video on 2 times speed. I want you to listen to this. I don't want to. Okay, go play
that
it.
size doesn't always define its destructive capabilities, and this is an educational fact. It also can't be continental because the continent was never destroyed to begin with.
Pause it.
Now,
That's you're literally are describing AP equals DC. What the fuck?
Yes, that's literally your argument. Your entire argument is AP equals DC. And if you're trying to negate your fucking argument, which I'm pretty sure he does later, like right now, he's fucking contradicting himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he doesn't pull out any bullshit of like pair consistent logic, so we can't automatically use that logic to justify shit. So yeah, he doesn't like propose anything of pair consistent logic or whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh my
Man, I
god.
thought Blossom was the retarded one, but I guess not.
as
Yeah,
some of you do like to say attack potency and destructive capabilities are not the same thing. This is actually true because those
What?
The worst debater is easily Mr. Eon. Like, don't even.
Oh, that's
try.
easy.
Shut
Yeah,
the
that's
fuck
100.
two aren't always
And
on
then
par with each other.
bottom.
However, this
two-
doesn't really give any
bottom
excuses
two
towards
is
Godzilla
Blossom,
because
and then bottom 3 is this dude.
Shut up. Just
Oh,
continue.
yeah,
Just,
that's just
just shut the
Blossom.
fuck up, bro.
in order to
Yeah,
achieve,
I'm
for
sorry.
example, planetary AP, Godzilla would have to either 1, destroy a planet, 2, create a planet, or 3, harm objects or characters with this amount.
Pause it. You can literally tank something with the same magnitude and you still scale to it. The fuck?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't even need to refute that. I don't even need to refute on any of this because this is so fucking...
Amount of durability. No characters within the verse have ever achieved these insane level of feats. And if you watch the Godzilla MV movies, you'd see that this is indeed a fact. That being said, this also applies to the asteroid who has also never done any of these 3 tasks to become planetary or above. So now that we know his power, we can now start with speed.
I love the stand that you used earlier. Fucks you over. Yeah, let's just ignore that. Holy cherry fishes.
Because Godzilla isn't really a speedster, but he is definitely fast for a kaiju. His travel speed is at least subsonic since he was able to travel multiple city
Faster than an Astro toilet, but go on.
blocks in Boston to fight Ghidorah, which was calculated at this speed. His attack and reaction speed is better because we know that Godzilla can react to his own atomic breath during his fight with Mecha, and we also know that he drilled deep underground at this speed. Now that we know the correct speed and raw power of base Godzilla, to avoid making this video way too long, I'll just say that Godzilla's intelligence is high animal.
I want to say this right now, and Demise, you can correct me if you want to, but I'm going to say this right now. I think Godzilla's atomic breath literally stated to move at 75% of the speed of light. If someone is able to react to something moving at 75% of the speed of light, that makes you FTL like at a baseline.
Yeah, it does. I can actually show you guys the statement like right now.
In base form, which I'm sure this is something we can all agree with. Now we can move on to Evolved Godzilla, his strongest version. But before I do this, I'd like to address a few things, that being statements. But if this is enough for you to accept, you can skip at the time shown above so that you can see Evolved's scaling. If you stood behind, here is what I have to say about statements. So many people out there love to bring up these so-called statements with the most popular being about the hollow earth, being comparable to a black hole. There's 2 things I should say about them. The first one being the novels. The novel statement is clearly using figurative language because if you watch the MV series, a ship enters the hollow earth portal, which the novel compares them to a Volkswagen vehicle and a black hole.
Okay, pause that. Okay, no, this is set. So I think this man can't fucking read because one simple thing, they're comparing the size of the Hollow Earth vehicle to a Volkswagen. They're talking about the size.
Oh my god, bro.
And apparently that's hyperbolic because they're talking about size. Bitch, that doesn't make any sense.
That motherfucker illiterate.
Yeah, this is
follows
clearly not a Fascinating Day parlor. This is clearly not a Fascinating Day parlor.
It's literally following the narrative progression of it being like a black hole. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
also, by the way, it's saying like flying a Volkswagen into a black hole. So really, you're saying, like they're literally just comparing this to the power of like a black hole and stuff like that. It's like driving a car into a black hole; they'd get crushed immediately.
Right.
And neither is a ship a Volkswagen vehicle. So now that we know that this statement is figuratively made, we don't have to worry about it. But then there's also
we do have to worry about it.
Theory.
Yeah, hold on, sharing my screen now.
What are we looking at here?
Radiation, specifically gamma rays near the exit recharge.
Where's this radiation coming from?
That's crazy. You only see these kinds of spikes from pulsars, supermassive black holes from outer space.
They're not this.
No, this was coming from the Earth.
Where exactly on the Earth?
Well, the detector that picked it up is an old model. It's pretty much an antique.
Found that in the next budget request. Where?
It was a rhythmic pulse, like a pulsar. But as far as I know, there aren't any pulsars in Alaska.
Thank you, Dr. Barnes. Send us everything you have and we'll get an analysis email to you right away.
Wait, that's not the big thing. The last time anyone saw readings like this was right before the last emergence event. From G0 to the clouds, before G8.
And so because of this, it leads to the confusion that Godzilla scales to the hollow earth, because apparently Monarch somehow detected energy readings that are comparable to supermassive black holes from outer space, and also mentioned gamma ray bursts for some reason. However, this doesn't really make any sense, not fictional-wise or scaling-wise. Anyone can simply do this.
Wait, what? Wait.
Anybody? Wait, so you're saying anybody can create a black hole? By your own logic, a baby can create a black hole like out of thin air. Like what the fuck?
Yo, I'm large planet. Yo, I'm bare minimum large planetary now. I'm bare minimum large planetary.
I need black
when I was a sperm cell.
Yeah, Hitler is now large planetary because he created a black hole. That's crazy.
I'm bored, so I will just cause some destruction.
So destroying a table is comparable to a black hole? Well, what the fuck?
Motherfucker changed the voices, confirmed.
This is a bad analogy, bro.
After decades of research, I think we finally detected energy readings of a supernova.
That's pretty.
That doesn't prove anything. What the fuck?
Motherfuckers just changing voices every now and then.
With statements and why they will not be used in this video, at least not the ones that people often overuse. The Godzilla statements don't really make any sense in terms of scaling and often inconsistent, since they simply just don't really match with the actual feats given to the character. But that being said, let's move on to Godzilla Evolved. Godzilla Evolved is the current form of Godzilla and also his strongest. But how much stronger is he? Well, his feats are definitely impressive, but I'll skip to his best feat, and that's by scaling alongside another character, which is Shimo, the ice kaiju, and actually has super impressive feat, which was causing an ice age. And based on more accurate scales, it is approximately continental to multi-continental as shown here.
Splendid.
Yo, hold on.
He's raping the verse.
With this impressive upscale, I should also mention the fact that Godzilla also seems to have become smarter, becoming as smart as the average human, such as learning capabilities and more.
Smart as the
Isn't
average
he-
human.
So you're saying this form changes his IQ level?
I guess.
Wise with his abilities, just to name a few. If anyone has any kind of disagreements, let me know in the comments below. That being
I'll fucking debate you on this shit. On VC.
said, speed is also upgraded, making it massively hypersonic plus.
What?
Yo,
I was gonna say You can try to debate him, but he will duck you, saying that he's already better than you. So therefore, I can't debate you. That's his argument.
He's the biggest ducker.
Biggest ducker in history versus the strongest debater tomorrow.
If I saw that right, one of the calculations was made by a fucking weird dude. Scroll back to the calculation. It was one of the versions about wiki calculations very recently. Yeah, that one. Scroll back to the top.
Is Shimo, the ice kaiju, and actually has super impressive.
That man's a lowly supporter, apparently.
Oh, so you're taking scans from a pedophile? That's crazy.
Yeah, Super Bear Neo Eggs was literally exposed for liking loli and stuff.
Now, Splendid is a very easy character to scale. Majority of people who
Rip
know Splendid
off
already
Superman
know
all character, bro. This is the original like Dollar Tree Superman character.
No, more like
Hey,
furry
that's fun.
Superman.
A very famously known feat from Splendid is that he is able to hurt and resist punches from Splendon, who was able to do this.
Bro, that's like the furry version of Superman, dude.
By the way, this literally shows him not even being able to withstand this.
Look, pause it.
He's almost dead.
Look at the background. The trees and houses and even the fucking grass survived.
No, it's really because of the shock. The shock wave just really dissipated really quickly. Anyway, show a second later. Look, he's almost fucking dead. He's basically almost fucking
So if we're
dead.
using his logic, let's pause that real quick. If we're using his logic of AP equals DC, that feat scales nowhere because the grass wasn't even destroyed.
Got you.
Yeah,
Continue.
this dude's logic is ass.
This feat is massively impressive. Being able to move the moon alone is an impressive feat on its own, considering its massive weight of approximately 81 sextillion tons. And that's not the only thing. Splendon, who scales the same as Splendid, also moved the moon towards the Earth in 15 seconds. Combining this with the distance of the moon, that speed was massively fast. Scientifically speaking, if the moon were to crash into the Earth like that, it would explode. That's how powerful this feat is, making Splendid large planet level. I should also mention 3 things that people use to prevent this scale. The first one being outliers. Some people try to debunk this scale using outliers, such as the time where Splendid struggled opening a bear trap back in the early episodes of Happy Tree Friends. However, this is inconsistent because majority of the time, Splendid is always causing things far superior to the bear trap feat, and casually does it on accident. This often happens with animated characters like Goku, Invincible, etc. That being said, Splendid's outliers do not affect Splendid's scaling, since he's more consistently superior to those feats that don't really matter. And another thing people have said before is that Splendid is not large planet level, because that same large planet level attack did not destroy the Earth. While there are no official explanations to this, I do have some theories. Either Splendid only stopped the moon enough to only leave cracks on the planet, or the planets and moons are a lot more durable than its real-life counterpart. Regardless, however, this doesn't affect Splendid's scaling, since this would only be an animation inaccuracy. But nonetheless, Splendid is still large planet.
Pause that real quick. Pause that fucking real quick. Isn't that calc a little bit invalid? The calc he used?
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, you're just invalidating your entire logic. Hold up, go back again. I need to hear what he said again.
Only stop the moon enough to only leave cracks on the planet, or the planets and moons are a lot more durable than its real-life counterpart. Regardless, however, this doesn't affect Splendid.
He said, he was able to just stop it, apparently. No, the fuck he didn't. He was clearly getting overpowered by it easily. He was matter of fact, almost dead by that shit. Like, I don't know where the fuck you're getting the idea that he somewhat scales to this or somewhat slowed this down, because he never did this. He just never did this. He almost died to that shit, bro.
Bro, this fag, bro.
Splendid scaling, since this would only be an animation inaccuracy. But nonetheless, Splendid is still large planet level. And finally, some people say that the moon that Splendid was moving
in the background, I can't take this shit serious, bro.
Buddy, that's only a continental feat at best. Like, what the fuck?
Isn't actually the moon, but rather an asteroid. The reason why this is
definitely
the moon.
Oh wait, I just realized. Hold on, pause that real quick. The entire scaling of that calc is literally kinetic energy based.
Yeah, you need to justify the
You know
proposition.
how valid that shit is.
Asteroid is because in Happy Tree Friends, we already know what an
the animation is also really fucking inconsistent. Because how is the destruction this big on this scene, but the scene before it had basically 0? And also, how was the moon this big now, but it wasn't that big earlier? Like, your own thing contradicts itself. Your thing isn't making any sense.
Whatever, bro.
Asteroid looks like, and here's the moon from a different episode.
He actually scales him because of Tomb Force.
Shut the fuck up.
You see, the one in the Cop How episode obviously resembles the moon more. And if that isn't enough evidence, there's also the fact that unlike an asteroid, the moon floats alongside the Earth and doesn't just fly in a random direction like an asteroid. And in the beginning of the Cape How episode, we see the same object that Splendon moved floating above the Earth. Now we can get to Splendid speed, which is yet again very impressive. The most famous speed feat this Super Squirrel has was being able to do multiple laps around the Earth in seconds. This feat has been calculated before and is at minimum faster than light plus. However, there is one honorable thing I should mention. So here's the thing. In the episode Happy Trails shows us that there is a ship on the Happy Tree Friends universe that went from Earth to the Sun in 20 seconds, which is actually a little higher than Splendid's speed feat demonstrated before. But keep in mind that this ship was only getting faster and faster, meaning this is likely way higher than Splendid's feat. However, this indirectly upscales Splendid due to him being physically superior to anything within the HDF universe. I've seen people get this feat to MF.
I don't even like what?
Hold on, let me read that. Let me read that scan.
However, this indirectly.
The flying squirrel is always ready to swoop in to rescue.
Doesn't even upscale him. That doesn't even
That
say
doesn't
he upscales.
upscale him. This doesn't upscale him. This upscales him above the humans. This upscales him above the beings. This doesn't upscale him above like shit like space shit. This like matter of fact, if this was consistent, he would have known that they were about to fucking die. And so he would have helped. But apparently, since either like we need context of this shit, so fuck, I'm blundering heavy. I'm talking like shit. Anyways, now let me actually state this. If this was logical, he would have been able to come there and help them instead of them immediately dying. Which is like inconsistent with what is actually shown. So either one, he's above the characters and actual like consistent like thing and consistent beings like cars and stuff like that, or two, he just isn't faster than that, which are both presented in both propositions.
Continue.
Due to him being physically superior to anything within the HTF universe. I've seen people get this feat to MFTL plus, however. I'm not exactly sure if this is true anyway, but I'll just take it as FTL plus for now. And so now that we know both Splendid's strength and speed, intelligence is next, but there's not that much to say. Splendid is no genius, but he's not a complete idiot either. Splendid, despite being lazy and harrowing, actually knows very average skills like knitting, washing clothes, cooking, etc. So in conclusion, we have both
pause that real quick.
Godzilla and
Pause
Splendid.
that real quick. Oh yeah, isn't this the same person who literally, I swear to God, I can show the video on screen while I'm editing this video. He literally took off his helmet that's meant to protect him from the radiation. He takes holds a piece of dust of that said radiation dust. He blows it out. The wind comes back and he inhales it on accident. That is him being retarded. He took off the one thing protecting him and he decided to blow that same thing that he was trying to, prevent himself on getting.
Yeah, whatever, bro.
Both have a comparable amount of abilities and intelligence, but using even evolved Godzilla is nowhere near close to beating Splendid, because with that level of speed, he can't even touch Splendid, let alone trying to defeat him. Keep in mind that Splendid being large planet level puts him multiple leagues ahead of Godzilla. Considering the fact that multi-continental at max is below regular planet level, in case you didn't know, over 500 times a regular-sized planet fits inside a large one like Saturn, which is a very big gap considering that even a 10 times gap is already enough one shot. Not only is the strength gap simply way too big, but so is speed, and for obvious reasons. In the end, this matchup genuinely makes no sense, and it makes even less sense how people, especially in my more recent short about Godzilla versus Splendid with over 100,000 views, keep assuming that Godzilla wins without knowing anything about Splendid. Well, this is the end, folks.
Yo, Splendid is a Saiyan Sky victim.